This is one of the biggest developments in Social Security we've seen in more than a decade. 10 states have officially confirmed they are rolling out substantial increases to Social Security payments, providing additional state level supplements on top of the federal cost of living adjustment for 2025. For millions of people receiving SSA, SSI, or SSDI benefits, this could translate into hundreds of extra dollars every month. Money that can make a real difference in paying bills, covering medication, or simply maintaining a sense of stability. Here's what's happening. The federal government recently announced a 2.5% cost of living adjustment for 2025, reflecting moderate inflation levels. However, many state governments have decided that this increase just isn't enough to help residents keep up with rising prices. Groceries, gas, rent, and healthcare continue to climb faster than incomes, leaving many seniors and disabled individuals struggling to stretch their benefits. In response, states, including California, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, and Michigan are stepping in to fill the gap. Each state is designing its program differently, but all share a single goal: to provide meaningful relief to residents relying on Social Security. In California, the supplement ranges from about $200 to $400 per month depending on location and income. New York is introducing a tiered system that accounts for differences between urban and rural areas, acknowledging that living costs in New York City are vastly different from those in smaller towns. Pennsylvania's plan prioritizes seniors over 75, while New Jersey's version scales benefits according to total income levels. Vermont and Massachusetts are targeting lower income retirees, and Rhode Island and Connecticut are expanding eligibility to include both SSI and SSDI recipients. Delaware and Michigan are offering broad supplements that could reach several $100s monthly. These changes are not automatic in most cases. Each state has its own application process and eligibility requirements. Some focus on supplemental security income recipients, people with limited income and resources, while others extend support to those receiving disability or retirement benefits. It's essential for recipients to check their state's official website or contact their local Social Security office to find out whether they qualify and how to apply. The financial impact of these supplements could be significant. Imagine someone receiving $1,500 a month in Social Security. With a $300 state supplement, their income would rise to $1,800. That $300 can mean keeping the heat on through the winter, filling necessary prescriptions, or simply not having to choose between food and bills. For people living on fixed incomes, every dollar counts, and this increase can restore a sense of dignity and independence that inflation has steadily eroded. Supporters of these initiatives argue they are long overdue. They say seniors and disabled individuals have been bearing the brunt of rising living costs for years, while federal adjustments have failed to keep pace. Social Security was never meant to be a bare minimum income. It was intended to provide security and stability in retirement or during disability. When inflation rises faster than the annual COLA, that purpose is undermined. These new state supplements are, in many ways, an effort to uphold the original intent of the Social Security system and to prevent vulnerable residents from slipping into poverty. Critics, however, raise concerns about the long-term sustainability of such programs. They question where states are finding the money to fund these supplements, whether through new taxes, reallocated budgets, or temporary funds that may not last. Some warn that states offering higher payments could attract new residents seeking better benefits, creating imbalances and potential strain on local resources. Others believe this kind of support should come from the federal government rather than a patchwork of state-level initiatives that vary widely depending on where a person lives. Still, for those currently struggling, immediate help is what matters most. Many argue that something is better than nothing, and waiting for Congress to act could take years. State governments are responding to real needs in real time, and for now, these programs provide a lifeline to people who need it most. This wave of state-level action is also reigniting discussions in Washington about reforming the way the cost of living adjustment is calculated. Right now, COLA is tied to the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPIW, which doesn't accurately reflect how seniors spend their money. Advocates are pushing for the adoption of a CPIE index instead, which tracks expenses more typical of older Americans, such as healthcare and housing. There's growing support for this change, along with proposals to raise base SSI and SSDI benefit amounts. While these ideas are still in the early stages, momentum is building for more comprehensive reforms in 2025 and 2026. Behind all of this is a larger economic story. Even though inflation has slowed from the highs of 2022 and 2023, prices remain far above where they were just a few years ago. Everyday items like groceries have doubled in cost since 2020. Housing, whether rent or mortgage, has increased dramatically, and medical costs continue to rise faster than general inflation. A 2.5% increase from the federal government barely makes a dent for many households. These new state supplements reflect an acknowledgement of that reality. For anyone receiving Social Security, the takeaway is simple: check your eligibility. Don't assume these benefits will appear automatically. If you live in one of the participating states, review your state's social services website and contact your local benefits office. Keep records of your income, expenses, and any correspondence you receive regarding your benefits. Small steps like these can make a big difference in ensuring you receive every dollar you're entitled to.